Oh, well, we talked about TVV. 30 seconds later, he forgot the conversation. I was going to add to that, still nothing new on Giannis. I feel comfortable in my position on that, as anybody may say, I have the breaking news on Giannis. And they're what? And I go, he might stay and he might go. Wow, thanks for that. Well, no, please understand that is dramatically different from what he said before. For a long time, all he said was, I will never ask the Milwaukee Bucks to trade me. How many times did he say that? I don't know if we have that on record or and we could look that up. And then, how long ago, has it been 8 days or was it a week? He talked to somebody before, after game, and they said, what about Milwaukee? And he said, day to day. Day to day. And I said, it's over. Because he could have said the same thing, which doesn't mean one way or another, but now it's day to day. Anything that's day to day, anything can happen. So it's done. Day to day is his way of, they made a comparison on Wilde and Tauscher about marriage or something like that. I said, yeah, if you think that Giannis is going to be with the Bucks forever, and he says, I'm not going to ask to be traded, then they would have to trade him, or he's staying. And then one day he says, and they say, well, how you doing with the Bucks? It's day to day. What? The day was over. And I don't know when he leaves, but it was over that day. And I said so, and nothing's changed. We have a ton of stories. He's still with the Bucks. So, and he spent time telling everybody appropriately so how much he's done for, or how much Milwaukee's a part of his life. This would be an additional thought. He didn't have to do that. What makes him feel that it's necessary to say that? Well, some people have questioned his loyalty, but that would even bother him, or the tension, his actions. He can easily say when he does these interviews, I'm however people feel about me in Milwaukee, I'm comfortable with it. I've loved this place, and it's been good to me. I can't control everything, but it's like, what's your last interview going to do before you leave, or leave anything? So, it's a sad day to me, and I don't. The Bucks to me have done everything possible to help the team be good, and we don't know the input that Giannis has had. He hasn't been honest about this in terms of what he asked. Like, I don't think that was it Griffin? Who was the coach that had the great record, didn't last?
Yeah, Adrian Griffin.
No, they had the chance to get Nick Nurse, and also, who's the coach at Cleveland? Is it Atkinson? He was the coach. He was an assistant coach with Golden State. But anyway, the Bucks wanted either of those, or Nurse first, and they wanted to keep Giannis happy. He didn't have his new contract, and he wanted somebody with more, or whatever. They did it because of Giannis. And they didn't, to me, in my version, have the guts to say, sorry, Giannis, we're picking the coach, because they were going to do whatever. And it wasn't like they picked a horrible coach, didn't work out. But then when whoever decided they didn't want him, they could have gotten the coach of Cleveland again. And so how much of what the Bucks have done is based on what they did to keep Giannis, or what Giannis wanted? No. Nobody knows all those things, but it doesn't matter now. Giannis is ready to go. Now, the Bucks, if they wanted to, get a good offer. Maybe it's a bad team, and Giannis says, "I don't want to go there." Well, he might only be going there for, I don't know what the period of time is, but if I don't want to go there, they can say, "Oh, then you play here." So. But do we have the day-to-day?
How confident are you'll finish the season with the Bucks?
I don't know. I take it day by day.
I take it day by day. Okay, now let's play it again, because this wasn't even about being traded. This wasn't about just this season.
How confident are you'll finish the season with the Bucks?
I don't know. I take it day by day.
What more do you need to know? I take it day by day. You never took it day by day before, but so Pebble, you're in charge. There's only one question: is he here or is he gone? Not. I've seen all the incredible offers out there. We should go find George Carlin back in the 70s with Willie Mays. He was doing the sports. He was the ippy-dippy weatherman, but he also did sports, and he said the New York Mets have traded their entire team for Willie Mays. I think maybe that's when Mays went to the Mets. But, I mean, that was just funny, but it's not funny anymore. How many draft choices, how many players? There was another player traded who got a ton of draft choices, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can still get a ton of draft choices. Teams don't feel that they're maybe that worth as much as getting a young player or two young players that are pretty good. 1-800-990-3776. Rainman, 15 questions, 2 minutes. You automatically get a $25 gift card from Cousin Subs. Pebble, do we have a contestant yet? 1-800.
We do not yet. No.
Oh, man. Maybe it's changed because you can't win the win Cousin Subs for a year anymore. I would think not. Caller number 5. 1-800-990-3776. Yeah, you dial it up and you're lucky. You automatically win a $25 gift card to Cousin Subs. If life was only that simple. Just walk around the block. We'll give you a $25 gift card from Cousin Subs. 1-800-990-3776. Cousin Subs, again, a great sponsor. And also our other great sponsor, partner, Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. And they're better than that, I realized after time. I neglected to add a name, Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service and doing it well for over 50 years. Yeah, employee benefits and all the things that you do can be complicated, not when you've been doing it well for over 50 years. You can't come up with anything they haven't already learned how to deal with and deal with well. So, Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits, top-notch service, and doing it well for over 50 years, and a phone number you can remember, because all you got to remember is 3 numbers. You know those things with a computer, you always have to have 6. And they make them pretty easy by the way they group the numbers. But this, you only need 3. 783. Saganiac Planning, 783, because it's 262-783. Roger Maris, 6161.
That number again, 262-783-6161.
We have a contestant, Glenn, in a car. Are we allowed to do it when somebody's in a car?
Maybe
you have to park their
pulled
car?
over, too. Who knows?
Yeah. Joining us now is Glenn in a car. Apparently we can do contestants in a car. Do we have to tell him he has to park or tell us he's parked? Don't we have a rule about that? Wouldn't we be responsible if he did something?
No,
okay.
Why would we be responsible?
I don't know. Just wondering. But I do want to know his Rainman resume. Glenn, you're on 94.5 ESPN. Good afternoon.
Homer, good afternoon. How are you?
Living the dream.
Of course.
No, I'm still sad because Giannis is going. It's just we don't know when.
Yeah.
He got it. He got it. He did his job. You know what your job is? As any professional player, win a championship. You win one,
Got us a championship.
you're done. That's what has failed with the Brewers. Don't have one yet. So
That's right.
yeah, if you
Right.
get us more than one, then we're really happy. But got to have one. Just need to know that feeling. Are you a Bucks fan at all?
Oh, yeah.
All right, do you remember
Lifer.
that night? Do you remember when they beat Phoenix? I'll never forget it. 50 points, baby. Game 6. What do you remember?
Absolutely. Yeah. I was up in Minocqua. It was awesome.
Yeah. And if you're a Brewers fan, you've never had that. So, Glenn, if you know a Brewers fan, let me explain to you how it works, how you feel. All right, the first question is the Saganiac Planning Marquette trivia question. Did I forget to follow up on your resume? What's your resume? And your Rainman resume. Have you done this before?
Have not.
Whoa,
First time.
yeah. Pebble, tell him what to do, though he won't listen.
So you got 15 questions. You got to get through all 15 questions within the 2-minute time frame. Don't dilly-dally on any question that you might not know the answer. You think you might know the answer for. You want to get through all 15 questions within the 2-minute time frame. So if you don't know the answer, say skip or pass.
You know what we're going to do? I'm going to explain that. Here, I'll give a question, and Pebble, you can be Glenn. All right, question 1. Name every person who died on the Titanic.
Skip.
Yeah, that's how fast you do it. Doesn't take you long to know you don't know. All right, first question, the Big Papa Saganiac Planning. That's in honor of Big Papa. Now just the Saganiac Planning Marquette trivia question. Ready to go?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Where did Tom Crean coach when leaving Marquette?
Indiana.
Correct. Player with the most Super Bowl wins.
Tom Brady.
Correct. Player with the most Super Bowl losses.
Pass.
First or second player to win back-to-back Super Bowls with different teams.
Pass.
Player holds the record 12 seasons between Super Bowl wins.
Pass.
Yeah, nice. Super Bowl, youngest starting quarterback to win. He was 23.
Holy smokes. Pass again.
Super Bowl, he has 8 touchdowns, and it's the record, not a quarterback throwing a touchdown pass. 8 touchdowns.
Larry Zonka.
Incorrect. Super Bowl holds the record. 6 touchdown passes in one game.
Ooh, boy.
Pass.
Pass.
And he threw only 7 passes, yet his team won the Super Bowl. Pass if you don't know.
Pass.
He holds the Super Bowl record. He threw a total of 8 interceptions in Super Bowl games. Pass if you don't know.
Whoa. Pass.
How old is Giannis?
28.
Incorrect. With what draft pick was Giannis taken?
12.
Incorrect. How many regular season MVPs for Giannis?
2.
Correct. Name the last MVP award for Giannis.
What year?
No, just pass. Move on. Why did Giannis pick jersey number 34?
Wore it in 8th grade.
You know, Glenn, what about if you don't know, pass right away, don't you get? You did it right once. The questions later on with Giannis were easier if you weren't Super Bowl. You don't know Super Bowl stuff, and so when I said Super Bowl, you should have got pass. But anyway, you still got 3, right? Am that right, Pebble?
I got 3 as well.
Yeah, you were the only person to get the first 2 right and only get 3, though that doesn't really matter. And you get the $25 gift card. I feel, Pebble, were you as disappointed in Glenn as the refusal to pass?
Considering we went over it at the beginning.
But
yeah.
he did it early on, right?
He did, yeah.
Right, because this is a very tough question. The player with the most Super Bowl losses, it's 6. There's no way. Pebble, do you know who any of them are?
Is it, with the most losses?
Yes.
No, I have no idea.
One is a quarterback, Gail Gilbert, who was just like a backup.
Oh, was it one of the guys from the Bills, probably?
Cornelius Bennett.
Yeah.
And an offensive lineman, Glenn Parker. Right? No. Now, this one you have a chance because it's a great question. First or second player to win back-to-back Super Bowls with different teams.
Ken Norton Jr.?
Ken Norton Jr., and you know who was second? This is an even bigger deal.
No.
Yeah, Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders,
Yeah, they traded to get him because they couldn't beat that team. This is a difficult one, but Pebble might get it. Player holds the record 12 seasons between Super Bowl wins.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Ray Lewis
Ray
with Baltimore,
Lewis.
yeah. This one you should know because Pebble will know it. Super Bowl, youngest starting quarterback to win at the age of 23.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes, and you know what? His quarterback rating was lower than his age. That's probably a good
Defense
question.
won him that championship.
Name the only Super Bowl winning quarterback whose rating was lower than his age. We'll have to check it. And this you should know, too, or at least guess. Super Bowl, he has 8 touchdowns, the record.
Steve Young?
Jerry Rice. I said
Rice.
not a quarterback.
Oh, not a quarterback.
Right. Quarterback, he holds the record. 6 touchdown passes in a game.
Steve Young.
Steve Young, easy. This is my favorite. He threw 7 passes, and his team won the Super Bowl.
Bob Greasy?
Bob Greasy is correct. It was not. They had the unbeaten record. Who did they beat the last game? They beat Washington.
Yeah,
I
it was
think.
Washington. Yeah.
This was actually, I think, the previous year against Minnesota. This one you should have known. He holds the Super Bowl record. He threw 8 interceptions.
John Elway?
John Elway, yes. How old is Giannis?
31.
Yep. With what draft pick?
15th.
15th. Yeah, Glenn knows that's you should apologize for that. Regular season MVPs, you got that right, too. This is my favorite question. Name the last MVP award for Giannis.
Was it like 2019-20, somewhere around there?
Excuse me, sir. You need to be informed. Glenn, listen as well, Pebble. NBA Cup MVP 2024.
Yeah.
You don't consider that an MVP award?
I don't consider it an MVP.
Neither
no.
do I. That's why I put it in there. Why did Giannis? Now this is very hard too. Why did Giannis pick jersey number 34?
I think it's like his parents' like birthdays or something like that.
Right, and I
It's
wish
like
to tell
some
Giannis
sentimental thing.
this is weird. He picked 34 because of his parents. His mom was born in 1963, and his dad was born in 1964. So the 3 and the 4. That's the weirdest jersey selection ever. What should he have worn to honor his parents?
60. I don't know. 62.
I'm not sure. We'll come up with another number, but that one's never heard that with any other player. The last digit because they were different. What if they were both? Well, no. If they were born in 64, he would have done 44. Yeah, the last digit of both. Parents.
Well, both years.
All right. Better not. Can you wear any number now in the NBA? I think you can, right? We're 99.
I mean, Dennis Rodman kind of like broke that barrier when he wore like 91 with the Bulls.
So, Glenn, which questions are you most embarrassed that you didn't get?
I thought they were really tough.
Okay. Pebble, were they tough?
Right off the top of your
There
head.
were some tough ones.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know a lot about the Super Bowl, then yeah, they can be
But
tough.
you still should have gotten 5 or so, like Jerry Rice, Steve Young. Well, but if you don't know the Super Bowl, then you're screwed. I could have told you that, but you'd still win the gift card. And you got 3, and you win the $25 gift card. Use it well, and thanks for playing, Glenn.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. I have no choice. You're caller 5, you automatically win, unless Pebble screws you. I don't think you will. Tim Van Voren coming up later.
No TVV today.
I said that just for you.
Yeah, all right.
Jason Wilde.
TVV will be on tomorrow at 5:45.
Jason Wilde is on.
He is, and he's next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Eastbound 94, we're still dealing with a crash right at Brookfield Road. The left lane is blocked, so we've got big delays coming in from about Highway 164 all the way to that point. Also, things on the westbound side. Folks slowing down to take a look because we've got delays just west of Highway 100 all the way to the accident scene. Southbound 41, watch for backups from Silver Spring down past Capitol, and southbound 43 from Keefe all the way down to the KK River. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Valentine's Day is around the corner. Time to get a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing in raspberry, chocolate, silk, cherry, and pecan flavors. Order at Kringle.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 14. Tomorrow, light snow with a high of 31. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Another 2-man scramble tournament is underway. Play TPC Scottsdale for a shot at cash prizes. Must play by February 28th. Sign up now at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off-season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Students learn best when they can put their knowledge into action. JA's Stock Market Challenge teaches high school students how to analyze stocks and how current events impact value. Thanks to RSM, our partner that makes this program possible. It's just one of many ways JA brings learning to life. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
According to Time Magazine, Gen Z is drinking 20% less alcohol than all previous generations. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Over our 65 years in business, we've stayed up on all the trends, where you'll always find 2,000 varieties of beer, 4,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines. We now also stock over 100 varieties and growing of THCA, CBD, and Delta-9 non-alcoholic specialty-infused drinks. So whether you're experimenting with the latest wellness trend, or you just want something in your fridge that your college kid can call you cool for, come check out our expansive selection And while you're at it, you do deserve that bottle of bourbon. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
And visit us online at discountliquorinc.com.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the third tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and $1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, inviting you to a two-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's time for Jason Wilde on the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Do want to mention, tune in tomorrow from noon to wall-to-wall NBA trade deadline coverage. Will Giannis be traded or will the Bucks stand pat? Don't miss the NBA trade deadline show. 12 to 2 with Gabe Neitzel, Ben Brust, and Alex Strofe. Jason Wilde, all Packers all the time. Gutey spoke, and now we get Jason Wilde to speak on the Gutey speak. Yes?
That was very eloquent. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, you nailed it. Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, take it away.
Gutey speak. Yeah, well, he believes they're headed in the right direction. There's certainly the disappointment of the way the 2025 season ended. They need to finish games better, and he doesn't want to blame the injuries. That's the 30,000-foot view from Brian Gutekunst.
Oh, now I get follow-ups. Why does he not want to blame the injuries, and what? How does he explain what happened, or does he not? Did he?
Yeah,
not?
He didn't have a lot of explanations, frankly.
Okay.
And you know, I actually got a kick out of my question because I had asked kind of more, you know, typical questions like I normally would, and then I finally said, "Is there some sort of rule against general managers acknowledging that injuries had a major impact on how their season went? Like, why can't you stand up there or sit up there and say, yeah, we got screwed by injuries. We lost 2 of our most important players, and if that hadn't happened, the entire conversation today would be different." You know, and then he used the 2010 team. You know, the only ring I've got from my time here is from a team that had more injuries than any team ever. Yeah, but they were different. This team had a hell of a lot of injuries too, but Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft are a lot different than, you know, Nick Barnett. Jermichael Finley was a really good player, but he wasn't the all-around tight end that Tucker Kraft was. And so, you know, his point was basically, yeah, you know, it sucks, but it's our job to figure out a way to overcome that. And, I don't know. You know, I spent an hour talking to Ron Wolf yesterday, which was awesome.
Whoa.
I love talking.
Is he still mad at the Packers, and will he forever be mad that they didn't hire his kid?
He's not. So that's funny. We actually talked about that.
Yeah, well, the answer is yes.
The answer is sort of.
Yeah.
He said he's not mad that they didn't hire him. It was the reason they gave for not hiring him, that he was too young, and he takes major offense to that, which I don't blame him. Now, I think you could argue, and I still haven't connected with Elliott this week, and maybe I won't have a chance to, and I'll just make the story more about Ron. But, like, for Elliott, maybe he did grow from the time that he didn't get the job here in 18 and going to Cleveland and then spending time in New England when the team wasn't very good for those 2 years, the last year of Belichick and the 1 year of the other guy before Vrabel took over. But, like, he got his quarterback, and he's got a really good football team that's going to play for a championship on Sunday. But I think he can't stand Mark Murphy. There's a story that somebody else had told me that Matt LaFleur obviously understands what royalty Ron Wolf is, and said, hey, look, if there's anything I can ever do for you, or if there's anything you ever need, we'd love to have you come back. Ron's 89, and LaFleur basically said, look, we'd love to have you. It'd be great. So please, don't ever hold back from coming back. And apparently Wolf said, yes, I'll come back once that guy's gone, and he pointed at Murphy. So, I don't know.
Well, that's because of what he did to his kid.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah, and I would say, I want to give you a little Ron Wolf, too. Okay, like Ron Wolf believes to some degree they owe him, given what he did for the Packers, not to mention this is his kid, which means he's probably pretty good at this. Those two things add up. Elliott Wolf gets the job, and there's really not that much of an issue, given also his experience. That's how Ron Wolf sees it, and he's not going to say that. And how can I would have assumed, I'll be Ron Wolf, I would assume the president had a brain, since he played in the league at that time, understands my history with his team. I turned the Packers around. No one but me, Bob Harlan, gets credit for hiring me. And that you wouldn't just assume it's my kid, a little bit because of me, but plus because of the work he'd been with the team. What the hell is wrong with you? What were you thinking? All right, I'm done with my Ron Wolf.
Yeah, what I love about Ron is he is honest to a fault.
Yes.
And I mean, he does not lie.
Even when it harms his ability, reputation, or whatever. He crushes himself equally.
Yep, no doubt. Farting to win. But, he did say, and I asked him this question, and he did acknowledge that, what's great about him, about Elliott not getting the job here, is that he went to another place, and yes, his last name is still Wolf, but he really did it all on his own, right? Like, it's not like his name doesn't open doors, but doing it here as Ron Wolf's kid is different than doing it in New England. And frankly, if they win a title after Belichick and Brady are both gone, that might be just as impressive as if he had built a Packers team that won a Super Bowl, 25 years after Ron's team did. So he also, I will say this, Ron is also very clearly irritated that the organization has not done enough to keep the 1996 team engaged and honoring their accomplishment. Like, we all know the Lombardi years, and I said this to him in our conversation. Like, what's sad is, I think Jerry Kramer just celebrated his 90th birthday. I hope he lives to 110. I just love Jerry Kramer, but a lot of those Lombardi guys, they're all gone. And you should be celebrating, these Packers from the 96 team who are in their 50s mostly. And what they accomplished may not have been as impressive as what the Lombardi Packers did, but considering the 3 decades they wandered in the wilderness after the Lombardi era, those guys did something pretty damn special too. And so, I think he feels like Mark Murphy also didn't really care that much about whether it's him, whether it's Bob Harlan, whether it's about that team. Like, I think he felt like that era is underappreciated these days at 1265 Lombardi Avenue, and I'm not sure he's wrong about that.
I have a problem with Ron Wolf because I assume everything he says is right. I just do. I don't know what he would have to say to me that I would go, wow. Yeah, when you say Ron Wolf said this, I assume he's right.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, he's just, and by the way, I mean, he's 89 and he is as sharp as ever. Like, he's even. Hey, I noticed you're not writing for the State Journal anymore. Where are you writing now? Like, he's still reading all of our cover. Like, it's really pretty remarkable.
What I wish they would have offered it to Elliott, but told him he doesn't get to pick the coach. Because I wonder what he would have done. Do you think he would?
Oh, he would have. Ron would have said, no, that was what was wrong with this organization when I took over.
Right, and you didn't tell me this when you interviewed me.
Right. Oh, that would have been a deal breaker.
Okay.
So either way, Elliott probably wouldn't have been the GM when you look at it from that lens.
So why offer him? All right, let's get to the current Packers. What Gutey said surprised you?
I'm not sure he said anything that surprised me. Now, there were some other interesting kind of tidbits. One of them being that he, of course, they always say they want to bring these guys back, all these guys back.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Like, this is but this is an unusual year with free agency because they have so much of that 2022 draft class that played a hell of a lot that are all going to be free agents. Like, they've got Wyatt for one more year, they've got Watson for one more year, and they signed Tom to the extension. But after that, all those other guys are going to hit free agency. There's no way they can keep all of them, but can they keep one or two of them? I'm not sure they can. He claims that they can do whatever they want in free agency, that they've got the ability to create cap space, that it's not going to be an issue. I'm not sure I agree, but that's what he believes. So, again, he did acknowledge they're going to have to make some choices on who they aren't going to pay or at least try to pay. They could end up trying to pay a couple of them and be, unable to do so because they get better offers elsewhere. He also, and I thought this was really interesting because this is not going to make fans happy. I think I'm going to leave my notebook with it. Not only did he talk about the value of Rich Bisaccia to the culture, but he insists that their special teams have improved significantly because of Rich Bisaccia. Their coverage teams are better. They got one of the best punters in the league. They've got an excellent long snapper. They had a kicker who had made 32 kicks in a row before his misses in Chicago in the playoff game.
Yeah, but that was under 40 yards, right?
I don't.
It had to be.
I did not. Well, so he had that. No, it's counting extra points, I think.
Whatever, but he didn't make them all over 40 yards.
Well, it might have been from after again, that was what he said. I will, as you well know, I will fact check that before I put it in a story. But, and then, he insisted that they have, he talked about how Ted was a special teams player in the NFL, but never wanted to draft guys just to play special teams or have guys on the roster just to play special teams. And Gutey insisted that they have lots of guys on the team that are basically that. And, I mean, I guess Nick Neiman, Christian Welch, Bo Melton, Zane Anderson, Aaron Mosby, I guess that's, to a degree, I guess that's true.
But isn't that an even greater ringing endorsement that they've been bad?
Well, that because here's the thing. I mean, and I think people who listen to me with you or Tausch or whoever else would say that, if I'm wrong about something, I'm not afraid to admit it. If that's true, and if he does view those guys as largely special teams only roster guys, then I guess I have to say that maybe it's not baked into the cake that the special teams aren't good enough. Maybe it's that, unlike he says, that Rich Bisaccia just hasn't been the difference maker at all, right? Because when he says that he thinks the special teams are much better, like better than when they were really pitiful.
Yeah. Yes, that's what he's saying. Yep.
Like they're not good enough. And the one critique that I would have had, and I wasn't going to say it, there's a bunch of us in like a ballroom on the 4th floor because the media auditorium has been demolished and the new one's not ready yet. But you got no return game. Like you had Jaden Reed, who also was your leading receiver the first 2 years he was in the league. So whether you wanted him returning punts or not, I'm not sure about that. But then you lose him to an injury in week 2, and you send Matthew Golden out there to return punts. And Matthew Golden, despite being a first-round pick, has never returned a punt in his life before that. Like, not in Pop Warner, not in high school, not in college. And then the other wide receiver you drafted, who you compared to Cordero Patterson, I didn't know this when they drafted him. I didn't look it up until after the fact. He only returned kickoffs as a freshman at TCU and never did it again.
Right, but Rich Bisaccia is so good, you can do those things.
Well, that's the theory anyway.
Yeah.
And instead, they both like, in fairness to Savion Williams, later in the year, he got better on kickoff returns. And then he got hurt, and he was a non-factor, and then you're sending out, and look, I like Romeo Doubs. I do think that, he probably did more damage to his career last year, and I wish, he had, like Christian Watson said to me, I wish he would have called me. And frankly, if he wasn't calling Christian Watson, not that he was going to call me, but I wish he had, because I would have told him the same thing. Like, look, man, you got to talk this out. Do not do this. This is really going to hurt your career. But he's a pretty decent football player. But I don't want him returning punts. He's got good hands as a receiver. I don't want him returning punts. And I don't really want Bo Melton returning kickoffs. Like, I want a guy that's, sturdier, that's going to run through more tackles. So the return game just was never better. So you can't tell me that the special teams are as good as you're trying to tell me they actually are.
Well, no, that's it. I'm going to steal this in the future because that's the question isn't about anything. Is it better? The question is it good enough? My question I have for you and others is like, he just got told by the president that you're doing a hell of a good job. He just got a 3-year extension. If I'm told by my boss, you just got a 3-year extension, I'm done because the guy with the biggest desk thinks it's good, right? Can anybody?
Yeah,
argue?
I mean, what I would argue, because I have a hard time refuting that, as you know, because you've used that with me a few times.
Yes.
I would say that it's more of an indication that there is a belief that things are headed in the right direction still, that they haven't taken a step back, and that they were a good team without the injuries, even though no one's willing to say that. Now, again, I think it's important. Like, I just got done talking about that draft class. I expect them to move on from Gary. I expect them to move on from Jenkins. There's a hell of a lot. Like, their left tackle has a hell of a lot to prove. Like, that was another thing Gutey said, was that he played well enough in preseason to have won the job, but injuries kept them from doing that. I'm not sure I believe that. Like, he played well in a preseason game, and he did get hurt.
Why do you believe anything Gutey says?
Yeah, again, well, he's not Ron Wolf, that's for sure.
Well, but in these kind of speeches, there's a history of him, I'd say, saying more inaccurate based on what occurred later on than accurate. But
well, the example, and I was talking about this with somebody else, like, he gave a very ringing endorsement about Josh Jacobs. And I said, that's funny because I feel like they were slightly different words, but he did that with Aaron Jones too, and we know what happened to Aaron Jones.
Right.
So,
yeah,
that's fair. The bottom line is that if those guys that they lost this year stay healthy, if they can replenish some of the guys that they lose in free agency with players that, because look, their draft class did not have much of an impact this season, as opposed to the previous year where, obviously Cooper was really, really good, right? And as opposed to the year before that, when Kraft was good in the second half and Reed was really good, they've got their work cut out for them. Like, they're not a ready-made Super Bowl team based on how they finish 2025, even if those two guys are healthy, because there's a lot of guys that are not going to be part of the team in 2026.
And that tells you, you alluded to it, this tells you how much Policy believes in them, because they haven't even done it yet, and yet he still believes they're going to do it, right?
Yeah, and I will say this, after looking at some of the coaches that got hired, again, I don't think it's ever a good idea to keep someone because you just don't think you can do any better. But I think Matt LaFleur stacks up pretty damn well to a lot of people, including his brother, who has no head coaching experience, that maybe that actually is a smarter decision than we think and a lot of fans think. But again, he's got to do it. And the one thing that Gutey kept reiterating today, and he's right, is they have to finish games. Really good teams finish games. The 96 team closed out games, and this team, they closed out games okay when they had Enter Sandman playing for Micah Parsons, but after he was gone, they couldn't close out anything.
Yeah, they just need to be average at closing out games.
Yeah,
So-
if you split those games, you're in a lot better place. Yep.
Yeah, I like it. I don't care if it's better. Is it good enough? I might even have a T-shirt made on that. That's a great line. Have you used that before? I mean, about anything. About a kid.
I have
your
not.
kids. Well, I'm better. No, that's not the question. Is it good enough? And if the answer is no, then being better don't mean diddly.
Yeah, I'm glad. I really like that, too. Make sure you get me a T-shirt when you print those up.
All right, sounds good. You know it won't happen. Thanks, Jason.
True. All right, Homer, take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde, all Packers all the time. Yeah. Did you think it was better? No. Don't ever ask that. Was it good enough? Like Milwaukee weight loss. I started it. Why? Because other people here had done it. And they told me, yeah, it's a diet. You can do it. And it wasn't, they said it, they're still on it a year later. So remember that. Because about any diet, the question is, does it work? And it has for them. And even somebody that wasn't work here, I heard it somewhere else, and the person said exactly the same thing. I didn't even ask for it. So I said, all right, Milwaukee weight loss, I'm going to tie it. You go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. They have a phone number, but you can't remember. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. They have a promo this month. Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during the Valentine's sale now through February 28th only. How do they do it? They have various things you do, but there's nothing crazy. No workout. You don't have to do anything. Just have to follow their system. No crazy workouts, no prepackaged meals, no counting calories. But the key is, with any diet, Homer, does it work? Yeah. I'm down 16 pounds, and I've been doing it like 21 days. So we'll see. So I only have 21 days. These people have years, and it's the same for me, it seems, as it was for them. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. It works. Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
A little bit of good news. Eastbound 94, that earlier accident just at Brookfield Road has been cleared. Delays haven't, though. We've got those backing up all the way to Highway 164, so keep that in mind. More delays eastbound 94 from east of 84th Street all the way to Holly Road. Westbound 94, heavy from 17th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes from the county line all the way to Brookfield Road. And then on southbound 43, a hefty ride there from Keefe all the way down through the Marquette. Back on the brakes from Beecher Street down towards the KK River crossing. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 14. Tomorrow, light snow with a high of 31. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Big news from Carbless. A fan favorite, and one of my favorites, Blood Orange flavor is now its own dedicated 4-pack. Crafted with real spirits for a true cocktail taste. Blood Orange brings bold, citrus-forward flavor with a smooth, premium finish. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. Now it's even easier to stock up on the flavor everyone keeps asking for. Look for Carbless Blood Orange 4-pack at your local retailer now. Once you try it, you'll understand why Blood Orange has earned its own pack. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Find it near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Real James Imaging Systems clients. You've heard them right here on the radio for years. For instance, Chris Willems, office manager with Previent Law Firm.
I like the fact that the company is local, and I can always get a hold of my representative, who I have on speed dial, or I have a cell phone.
Then there's James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark, who oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors.
If I do need service, they're here almost within 4 hours every time. I've never had an issue where I'm like, where is that guy?
James Imaging Systems business technology client Lori Salzman, Vice President of Enterprise Services at Junior Achievement of Wisconsin.
I've never met an organization that is so responsive to make sure that we are up and running all the time for us to be more efficient and allow us to focus more on the work that we do for helping young people.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. To learn more, visit jamesimaging.com.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build your own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
Homer here with a message about 3 Pillar Senior Living Communities located on a serene setting along the Bark River on 300 gorgeous acres. 3 Pillar Senior Living Communities is a top-ranked full continuum community. Active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. 3 Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You got to go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on 3 Pillars at 3pillars.org.
Ben Brust here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold the lie with sportswear too. You pay a fortune for big name gear, a fancy logo, and a slogan, and it still stinks. Then I found Iron Jock, and now it's all I wear. It's built on science. Their silver ion technology is woven right into the fabric. It kills 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria, and it never washes out, ever. Get yours today at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Subscribe on YouTube whenever or wherever you're listening. Just know we're live on YouTube as well. You can watch to see if I'm wearing my winter coat. You can watch the show, see what's happening in the studio, and comment along with us. Just search ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and subscribe today. Here's what you need to know about the NBA. Everybody has been traded other than Giannis. The number of trades and the number of players involved is, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Anthony Davis, gone. Who else? Everybody's gotten traded. Chris Paul, I thought he was done playing. Nope, he got traded. Everybody has been traded. Last night the Bucks played Chicago, where they had traded like 4 guys or something. Everybody's been traded but Giannis. Message about 3 Pillar Senior Living Communities, 300 acres. Senior Living Community, 300 acres. That means they can do everything. That means they can have a top-ranked full continuum community when you got 300 acres. Beautiful setting along the Bark River on 300 acres in Dousman. So they have active adult and independent living and assisted living and memory care and skilled nursing and rehab and incredible wellness programs and a long list of activities and 10 miles of walking. Why? Because they got 300 acres. And everybody knows the most important thing about a senior living community is the staff. They have a great staff, and the staff's job is easier, and they can be even better with, yes, together, 300 acres. 3pillars.org. 3pillars.org. Tim Van Voren is tomorrow. Sugar-free. You're on the program, 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, Homer, that Wilde segment was the best ever in the history of the Homer Show. Completely the best. If no one
I don't care.
does anything other than...
Hold on. I don't care if it's better. Pebble, tell sugar-free it's better means nothing. What's the question you have to ask? Is it good enough? I don't care if it was better. The best, that means all the other one could have been terrible. Hey, Homer, this is sugar-free. Yeah, that last interview with Wilde was good enough. That's all we want. Good enough.
No, not good enough. It was the best. And if anyone doesn't do anything else tonight, is to get the podcast, get it again, watch it again, listen to it again.
All right, fine.
And
re-listen. What was
you
the
understand the information?
What was the best part?
You understand the information that he laid out?
All right, enough. What was the best part?
There was best, and best. You want me to lay it out?
I believe my question. Pebble, did you understand my question?
What was the best part? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can you answer that question?
I can't give you the best part. That's how good it was. The whole thing was good. So, writers, they don't give that information out. They just don't give that information out.
What information are you talking about?
You want me to tell you? Okay, let me tell you. Ron Wolf's not liking Murphy.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Yes, Ron.
Well, I'm going to lay it out. I'm telling you.
That's number one.
Okay.
What's number two?
Huge.
Yeah.
96 team isn't being appreciated.
Okay. Those are irrelevant to anything. What? The Ron Wolf doesn't like Murphy. I want to know about this current Packer team. Okay.
Age of Elliott Wolf.
Age of
had a decision.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
huge.
What they said.
These are huge. I don't understand why you're not comprehending what I'm laying down here. On your show today.
All right. The age of Elliott Wolf and why he didn't get hired. I don't know that I had heard that. That, I believe, was new information. But Murphy had to just come up with some excuse, and that's what he came up with. Hey, I should have said, I'm not hiring you. I'm not hiring Ron Wolf's kid. No, we need to go in a different direction. He's not going to say that. All right, so you have sugar-free. Thank you.
So this is gonna move the needle now. This information that Wilde has laid out is going to move the needle.
I got to go, but
so
what needle is it going to move? What needle is it going to move? Murphy doesn't.
96 team? 96 team and Wolf being brought back.
All right, got it. Thanks, Sugar-Free. I expected better. Sugar-Free's a great supporter, but Peplum, all right, would you agree?
Yes, you get a couple highlights. That's all you got to give us, a couple highlights.
Yes. Hey, the highlights of the interview were Ron Wolf.
The entire thing, apparently.
Well, I know. It was hard for him. It was so good he couldn't think of the highlights. Tim Van Voorn tomorrow. I am next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th, as we will be hosting our second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by the legendary Homer Blow and Bailey Cope. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017truthawards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks, Gruber, Steinhoffel, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us on Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Do not miss out on the best community awards event of the year.
Hey, this is Jason Wilde from Wilde in Town. Valentine's Day is almost here, and Racine Danish Kringles has you covered with their heart-shaped Kringle. You know my family loves Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles, and sometimes they share it with me. Racine Danish Kringles offers a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing in raspberry, chocolate silk, cherry, and pecan flavors to send to your loved one. Order at Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Wisconsin homes ask a lot of their windows and doors. They need to be ready for anything year-round. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, everything we do is built around quality and durability. You shouldn't have to make compromises to ensure you're comfortable at home. So right now, take advantage of 0% financing for up to 4 years. There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the NARI Spring Home Improvement Show, February 3rd 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free DesignWorks rendering. From design to installation, Pella's local experts are there to guide you every step of the way, helping you choose the right options for your home, your style, and your budget. Thanks to 0% financing for up to 4 years and our 10-year limited warranty, you can feel confident in your decision long after installation day. PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 2/28/2026.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Matrix Basements.
Despite holding an 8-point lead at the half, Marquette could not hold off a comeback from Big East foe Seton Hall as they fell 69-64. The loss brings the Golden Eagles to an 8-14 overall record and 3-9 in Big East play. Sophomore Royce Parham was sensational as he had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Freshman Nigel James Jr. also chipped in 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Here's head coach Shaka Smart after the loss.
It was choppy. I mean, it was a physical game. Just too many turnovers against a team like Seton Hall. They make you pay, and we turned the ball over 16 times. Not good enough.
The Golden Eagles will get a week to rest before returning home to take on Butler for National Marquette Day on Saturday.
Brought to you by Matrix Basements. Visit gomarquette.com/matrix to enter to win 4 tickets to National Marquette Day Saturday, February 7th when Marquette hosts Butler.
Two hearts are interlinked,
intertwined,
permanently connected like 2 links in a chain.
The perfect symbol of a lifetime commitment.
One of the hearts is silver white.
The other is silver pink.
And each of the hearts is inlaid with tiny little diamonds that glitter like stars on a clear winter night.
The interlinked hearts are hanging on to each other as they dangle on the end of a chain.
Another perfect symbol of having a life partner.
It's not only the perfect symbol of a lifetime commitment, it's an incredibly beautiful diamond pendant.
Just $238.
The Kissing Hearts diamond pendant is part of the Kissing Hearts collection at Kessler's.
Even though it's just $238, it's still one of the most expensive things in the collection.
I'm buying the 2-tone Kissing Hearts cross.
The mother and child is spellbinding.
There's a Kissing Hearts ring.
Kissing Hearts earrings.
And 19 other Kissing Hearts pendants.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Tune in to the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker. Bucks versus the World, narrated by comedian Charlie Behrens, reveals the untold story of the '87 McDonald's Open when the Bucks, first NBA team to take on the best national team in the world, the Soviet Union. Behind the Bucks on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Mentioned as far as Rainman, running a business means taking care of your team. Better at it than 50 years. Your bottom line, Saganiac Planning has helped small businesses, medium businesses, large businesses build smarter, more affordable medical and employee benefit plans. From health insurance to customized coverage options, Saganiac Planning's experts make it simple to protect your people and your future. Saganiac Planning, your partner in planning. Visit SaganiacPlanning.com. Call Steve Llewellyn. Phone number, you can remember, it's 783-262-783. Roger Maris, 6161. And Giannis is still a member of the Milwaukee Bucks. Our Discount Liquor Twitter poll team, will Giannis be on this Bucks next season? Pebble, in the future, you don't have to put his last name. To me, he's just Giannis. He's Giannis. He's that big. Like a star soccer player. Giannis. Unless he says we should. Weekly wager. Sorry, we're a little late. Just needed to say Giannis one more time.
Southbound 41, going to be a slow ride from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. As you get onto the